Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to Find Music This Week. We are in episode 378 as we plumb the depths for wonderful music. And of course, we can always rely on our leadoff man, Fred Whitlock. Go ahead, Fred.
This week, I'm talking about a classical musician, a celloist, MAYA BEISER. And she not only plays classical music, but she's had a long history of a love for rock music, which most of her teachers tried to tame her down and tell her that's not much to do. But in 2014, she did an album called Uncover with an amplified electronic effects on it. She starts the album off with Black Dog, an incredible version of the Zeppelin song on cello. Multi-layering it, she just deconstructs the song and takes it into the atmosphere. She also covers Wish You Were Here, the Pink Floyd, Hendrix' Little Wing. She just captures the essence of that song and plays it beautifully. Epitaph, the King Crimson number, she's unearthed that and does a beautiful version of it, another beautiful version. She not only plays rock, but she plays blues. She does a Howling Wolf tune. She does a Muddy Waters tune. And like she starts the album off with Black Dog and she ends it with Kashmir, another Zeppelin song, and very atmospheric, very spirited, but she takes the work seriously and it's great. It kind of sounds part prog, part rock, part classical. It's a great album. Then in 2020, she does a Bowie cover album. It's called Bowie Cello Symphonic, Black Star. She does the whole Black Star album. She said she was in an interview, she broke down and cried when Bowie died. And she works with a 30-piece ambient orchestra. And it's unique, it's commanding in its tone. She captures the rich mood of Bowie's album and goes into depth with it. And she elevates the compositions quite well. Resounding success with this album. I enjoyed listening to it. She honors him and captures his essence and the essence of the album. From what I understand, I guess a lot of Bowie fans didn't like this last album because it was a little bit too jazzy and too dark, but she transforms her cello into a voice or a lead guitar. She's stark, sometimes vibrant, and one reviewer said, she takes our ears into something that hasn't been expanded before. And then in 2021, she takes on Philip Glass. Maya Beisler ex Philip Glass. And she's played with Philip Glass on tour a couple of times. So she takes on his soundtrack material and also his piano pieces. It's multi-layered solo album on a cello, of course, and she builds each sound one layer at a time. It's peaceful at times and vibrant. You're washed in just the beauty of the atmosphere of Philip Glass's notes. Her playing just soaks up Philip Glass's atmosphere that he had of his compositions, and captures all the unique rhythms, and you're drawn into every single layer that she puts out there on the recording. She unearths some new essence of his pieces and brings out new sounds with her cello that you may never heard of before, even if you've heard Philip Glass's pieces. And you've probably been to a couple of movies where Philip Glass has done the soundtrack. So I highly recommend this. It's beautiful. Then in 2024, and I might say she's about 59 years old now, she takes on a classic minimalist masterpiece, Terry Riley's In C. And Terry Riley's recording was released 60 years ago. And when I started listening to it, I was just like blown away. There was nothing that I ever heard that was like it. It's something like 23 melodic patterns repeated many times over, and it just goes on for I think about 10 pieces or so. And that's what she does. She brings them down. She multi-tracks herself with two drummers. Sometimes one of the drummers is on hand drums. She captures the intensity of these compositions. She uses loop tapes behind her. And it's so the constant patterns keep coming on, and you're never, the listener, myself, is never fatigued by any of this. I'm just like, wow. She puts her own stamp on this composition. And I might point out, other people have pointed out to me, there's a lot of other versions of this in C that's been done. There's one interesting one by a Nigerian group that's on YouTube. You can find that. That's pretty amazing also. But like I said, she puts her stamp on this and makes the listener surrender to the sound. It's a great work, and it's a great way to spend an hour listening to this masterpiece revisited and reimagined.
Well,
That's all Maya Beeiser, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, good.
yeah,
Just wanted
we
to
were
clarify.
speechless.
yeah, sounds interesting. I'll have to look it up when we get done here.
To the computer.
Yeah, I've been listening to all four albums all week, off and on.
Wow.
It definitely very interesting musician, what she does.
All right, thank you, Fred.